Happy birthday, Jay. This is from Jeff and Andy for you on Bunker Hill Day, or your birthday.
That's Patricia Hammond.
This is Matt Redman.
This is
Living Room Requests.
And the song is
When I'm 64, and it's been requested specifically for you.
Here we go.
When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, will you still be sending me a Valentine? Birthday greetings, bottle of wine. If I'd been out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Ooh, you'll be older too. Oh, and if you say the word, I could stay with you. I could be handy mending a fuse when your lights have gone. You can knit a sweater by the fireside. Sunday morning, go for a ride. Doing the garden, digging the weeds. Who could ask for more? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Every summer we can rent a cottage on the Isle of Wight. If it's not too dear, we shall scrimp and save. Grandchildren on your knee, Vera, Chuck, and Dave. Send me a postcard, drop me a line, stating point of view. Indicate precisely what you mean to say. You're sincerely wasting away. Give me your answer, fill in a form, mine forevermore. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Wrong button.
Ah, he controls it from buttons. Controls the levels, that is. So now we're speaking louder than when we were singing.
But our intensity in delivering to Jay is exactly the same, reminding you, happy birthday.
Happy
and
birthday,
thanks,
Jay.
Jeff and Andy, for sending that one along. Not the only Jeff and Andy Beatles-related birthday request that has been coming on this channel in recent weeks. That's just how it works out.
But it's great. We hope you have a great day, and thank you, Jeff and Andy, for that. This is always fun.
And I would like to add a couple of things to bring that song to present day. There was this thing called the global pandemic, and people you know, when everyone is watching this in 2080, it was in the 2010s, and basically the UK is a great place to connect to travel on budget airlines and through tunnels in one's own vehicle on trains to the continent, of which the UK is now not part of in certain political aspects, which was another thing, which was called Brexit. But the point is, it's coming now. Oh. In the 1960s, that was common, but less common than it is now. So people would spend holidays in different parts of the UK, such as the South Coast and other islands off the South Coast, because it was vastly different, I'm guessing, from where they lived.
Grow there, different things. Yeah.
I mean, even to this day, as the likes of Pete will tell you, the Isle of Wight's not identical to mainland Britain in this, you know, in this decade, is it? It's got its charm, and I was not alive in 1967, but I guess that it really did have its massive charm, looking from pictures and accounts from it at the time.
Well, you have equivalents, you know, in North America, places you'd holiday that's not too far, but far enough.
But it's still far.
Yeah.
I mean, not everyone's going to go to, I don't know what, Martha's Vineyard or something. It still could be like 40 hours drive.
It's so far. Everything's far there. Yeah, that's true.
But it wasn't as far. And there was a tradition of going to the seaside in northern Britain, be it on one side Blackpool or Scarborough, Whitby, Filey on the other. And even going back to the mid-industrial revolution, people had one day off a year, didn't they, to go and do that. And that would go, just sort of hope. But to refer to the text, every Sunday, where have you folded that? If it's not, special. What is it? Second bridge, isn't it? Every summer we can rent a cottage in the Isle of Wight if it's not too dear. Well, I'm afraid that time's been and gone, because you can probably have a week in Spain or Portugal for the same price as a couple of nights now, since the aforementioned COVID, because it's they've got to claw it back, and also that's how much it became. Yeah. It's very difficult to spend holidays now in the UK as a British citizen. Very few people in North America would assume that. Yeah. So I just want to highlight
stay
that.
Stay with friends.
You do.
Who've moved out of London because it was too expensive.
And it's a contrast different. Or if you live in Liverpool, Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, something like that, Glasgow, then, you know, the same applies.
It's what we call the chit-chat bit afterwards if you want to stay.
We talk about the context of the song, because obviously something like an unbelievably popular song by what would be regarded as, you know, one of the top cultural exports of this island and previously empire in, you know, recorded history. It's worth commenting on it for 2 seconds.
Because it very much is.
It has relevance today.
It does.
But,
it does.
You know, interesting how that's completely changed now.
It really has.
And the number of people holidaying on the Isle of Wight has declined. Well, we're going to go there.
Put in your comments what your local equivalent for the Isle of Wight holiday is, wherever you are. What is that equivalent? It's interesting to know.
Check on Google Maps. You'll see how close it is. And check driving times from...
thing. It doesn't have to be exactly the same amount of distance, but the same significance in terms of, you know...
Well, Patricia's originally from Western Canada, rather stretched out, cloudy province called British Columbia. And when we might say, oh, Sunshine Coast, going here, going there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you don't just pop over for like 45 minutes.
I used to take in the 20s, they used to take the Union steamship.
All the way around.
All the way, yeah.
How long did that take?
Well, not all the way around it, but, you know, from Vancouver up the coast sort of thing. It depended on where you went. Everything named something Landing. Everything had a landing after the name. Gibson's Landing, Grantham's Landing, Hopkins Landing, because, it was whoever built the pier.
We can say the same thing, right? Like, people living in British Columbia and in, let's take that for example, unless you're like loving the outdoors and loving the particular type there, a lot of people are going to go abroad for a bit of a change, right? on an aeroplane. I don't know the exact percentage, maybe half or something like that.
Just climbing on an airplane makes me tired. I'd prefer to avoid the
because of
airplane
lack of oxygen,
and
isn't it?
just go somewhere that didn't involve one.
So if anyone gets a chance to go on a Boeing
I'm all
767
for the Isle of
Dreamliner,
Wight.
you get a lot more oxygen. I think like up to 20% more.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's an interesting new way of
And it
advertising.
won't feel
More
like-
oxygen. Travel
Yeah.
with us.
Because it's made out of plastic or something. This is highly factually inaccurate, but I'm sort of reducing.
Where did we
it.
go? Thank you. Happy birthday, Jay. Happy birthday. Hope
It's
you have a
lovely to
good
have
one.
more people
Hope
on.
you we're having such a good day that you haven't even got to this bit, because you're like, oh, they're talking and I've got other things to do, like cake, whatever else. So and if you did, well, we're privileged to have you. Anyway, thank you so much, very much.
Happy birthday to you, all your friends.
Happy birthday.
Subscribe down there and press thumbs up
want.
if you've enjoyed at least the song part of this video. Go to Patricia Hammond Songs on Instagram.
Oh.
Bye bye. See you later. Thanks.